side to the UK that few have the nerve to explore.
Go, 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 go! What was that? Whoa! I don't know how we're gonna survive the next 72 hours in here.
The most challenging place I think I've ever had to investigate.
What lurks behind Britain's locked doors? This is the UK like you've never seen it before.
I can't live here anymore.
Paranormal Lockdown UK starts Thursday, 30th of August. Brand new and exclusive to Quest Red.
Who this is? Welcome to the special Facebook Live Paranormal Lockdown UK with Katrina and I. We're really excited. We are here at this amazing historical location. In just a moment, we're going to be heading down to the platforms at the Oldwich Tube Station.
And we've already conducted an investigation here with some people, and we had some pretty interesting experiences. One of the girls got touched on the back of the leg. We also had some names of the people we were with coming through. And we actually had the name Margaret come through a couple times, which there's a rumor that there's a ghost named Margaret haunting one of the platforms.
And it was pretty incredible, especially, you know, some of the people that were skeptics and stuff, and just watching them go through experience and hearing the EVPs and the voices that we were hearing. It was a great experience.
It really
so I'm
was.
excited to get back down there because it's our first time here.
It is. And Nick and I are so excited to be here in the UK on the eve of the launch of Paranormal Lockdown UK on Thursday, August 30th at 9 p.m. on Quest Red. And Nick and I today are going to be answering some of the questions you've been leaving on the Quest Red's website, showing some exclusive clips, and also conducting another investigation.
So here's a sneak peek of what's to come Thursday, the 30th.
I saw a man standing here. When I turned the camera, I could see him move back here. There was a man right there.
Who is over there? All my lights are dying right now. I have to try to figure out how to get out of these tunnels fast. What was that noise? I can't see. I can't see.
I really feel like something's following me right now. All of a sudden, my IR light just dies on my camera.
I need to find Katrina.
Nick? Hello?
I'm gonna try to go through this crawl space here because I went down almost every tunnel, and I don't know if I have to go through some wall to get back through. Is anyone back there? And that's just a teaser of what's to come. So as we're heading down here on our way on the platforms throughout our investigation, we're gonna be leaving 4 static cameras up. So if you see anything weird or unexplainable, make sure to comment in on the box down here and let us know what you see. And when we leave this location, the cameras will still be rolling.
Yep. So let's get down to the platforms and we'll answer some of your questions.
All right, let's go. You ready for this?
I am.
This is
I'm
gonna be
excited
awesome.
to get back down.
It's cool too with us getting Margaret,
Yeah.
because at first I didn't even
We
know,
didn't
like,
realize that at
hysterical
first,
name.
yeah.
Right. So I'm really excited to see what else we're gonna get. Especially that journalist, she got touched on the leg, which was really weird.
Yeah.
And she freaked out.
She was, and it was calling
And
her
then
name
it
earlier.
was calling her name, right,
yeah,
exactly.
So like 45 minutes before it was calling her name.
It's really different down here now.
It is.
The energy down here is just like no other. I don't even know how to describe it unless you were here with us,
Yeah.
but it's almost like there's a crowd of people and they're just watching us walk down here, like we're just these newbies coming down.
Yeah.
And I guess we kind of are.
We are, actually.
From America, here we are in the UK.
We're these Americans.
But it's great history here. Let's go on the train.
Okay.
You want to go on the train
Yeah.
and sit down?
I do.
We have a ton of questions we have to answer.
We do.
Where you want to sit down? Over here?
Yeah. Right here is as good as any, I think.
Yeah, right here is cool.
Okay. All right.
We have a ton.
I feel like I'm going to work.
I know. On the train?
On the train.
On the subway?
On the subway.
This is cool.
Okay.
And they just shut this this train down. How many years ago?
In 1994, they shut it down.
That's not too long ago.
It's not too long,
If
but
you
it
think
is
about
kind of
it.
long.
I guess it is.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just getting old or
I
something.
think so.
Or maybe these investigations are aging me.
Probably.
These lockdowns have been crazy. So let's look at some of the questions people
Okay.
have written in from all over the country, and I feel like we should. What's the first one?
The first one. So the first one is from Joe, and Joe asks, "Tell us about the UK series. We're so excited. Where did you go?"
Oh my God.
Everywhere.
10
We've
10
lived everywhere.
locations all over the United Kingdom, and we
Yeah.
actually went to Wales too. We're really excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
The history is incredible. So we went to places like Shepton Mallet,
Mallet.
Drakelow Tunnels, so many different
Park
locations.
Hotel in Morecambe.
Royal Oaks Pub.
Yeah, that's another one. We just came off of Hinching Brook House, which has bones under the stairs, like actual human bones under the stairs.
That date back to the 11th century.
Yeah, which is crazy. They just had it carbon tested about 5 years ago in Cambridge.
And it was a crazy legend that they were talking about, saying this weird story about a nun.
Yeah.
And she got impregnated by a priest.
Yeah.
And the story
And
started
they
with that.
murdered her
And they
because
murdered her.
because she was pregnant.
But we found out through our evidence that we think that some of it actually does date to the 11th century, before the house was there and before the church was there. This wooden church that was on the property, very holy ground. So it's really incredible what we've discovered so far throughout all 10 locations throughout the United Kingdom that we've been through.
Yeah.
And it's been a grueling process, but through our 72 hours of investigation, we've come up with some really amazing evidence. I can't wait for everyone to check it out.
I know.
It's going to be incredible. All right, here we go. Number two question.
From
Nate.
Nat.
So the question is, what was the most unusual place you investigated and
Ooh,
why?
So many. Okay, you go first.
Why you throw it on me just like that?
Okay, I'll answer. Do you want me to answer first?
No,
I'll answer first.
wait.
All right.
Hell House.
I was going to say on the count of three. I was going to say Drakelow Tunnels.
That was really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
Drakelow Town is good. Why would you say Drakelow?
Because it's 3 miles of tunnels that we had to live in for 72 hours. And I mean, to be honest, the conditions were awful. It's nothing but like mud and dirt and debris, and there's no windows, so it's pretty much like a paranormal casino. I have no idea what time it is. No idea what day it was.
I know,
you
the investigation was brutal.
Everything was in the dark, so even like they
At
did
one
have
point-
bathrooms there though, which was a plus.
Well, it was, pretty. We had to dig a hole in the
they were.
ground. It was pretty gross. The crazy part about it is, at one point we separated, and she's way off opposite side of the tunnels, and I woke up from just resting for a little bit, and I'm walking around by myself. No one else is in the tunnels.
Oh, yeah.
And I have my camera, and what happened was my flashlight started to die, and I couldn't see, and I was looking through my little infrared, and then all of a sudden my IR light on my infrared camera died, so I had to switch it to off and night vision and use my flashlight that only had a little bit of battery left. And I'm walking, I hear someone following me. All of a sudden, I turn my camera, and as I turn my camera, I see this figure walking through the tunnel system. It freaked me out so bad that I started yelling, but what was weird is my instincts would go right to it.
Yeah.
So I ran at
You
it
did.
after I freaked out a little bit. Looking around, I had to climb through like tunnel systems and holes to try to figure out where it went. And then you came looking for me.
I did, but I couldn't find you. That's the thing about the tunnels, and that was, I think, the most
Yeah.
challenging part about them is because they're just this labyrinth of tunnel systems, and again, there's no windows, so it's completely dark in there. And I heard him yelling for me, but I couldn't find him, to the point where I thought you were playing a joke.
Yeah.
I was like, Nicholas Groff. I'm like, you show yourself right now. And like, you didn't. And so then I got scared. I thought you were really hurt. And I didn't know where to go because I got lost. So, but then I found you, and we looked back through your footage, and you got a figure.
It was amazing. That was
Yeah.
a location that pretty much blew us away. There was another location we went to that you're going to see, Shepton Mallet. That was incredible. We had direct communication, intelligent responses for an hour straight.
Yeah.
And that I was blown away by. We had several experiments set up that validated this entire experience that we all had.
Yeah, and you said Hell House was the most unique.
Hell
How
House
come?
was crazy. It's like no other energy. It's so hard to describe. It's very negative, and it has a lot of tragedy.
Yeah.
And especially with the family that used to live there and stuff, they needed our help big time. So I felt like that was a very emotional roller coaster ride for us, and we went through a lot that kind of had that lingering negative effect when we walked away from it. And you had nightmares too before we got there.
I
you were
did.
saying.
Yeah, I did. I had nightmares before we got there. And it was a client case, which is, you know, that's kind of my background in the paranormal. That's where I started in the paranormal. So it felt good to kind of jump back in that seat and know that we were actually helping people,
Yeah.
you know, who lived, I mean, this was their home and they needed some closure. So I felt good about the work we did there. I think we did really help them.
Yeah, absolutely. Next
Okay.
question. I like this one.
All right.
Jack is asking, Jack here says, are UK spirits different to US ones? Is there a difference?
What do you think?
What do I think? Why is it always
Oh, I
me
don't
go
know.
first?
I guess I want to interview you.
Ah,
Yeah.
what do I think?
Yeah.
Are they different? I don't know. I never really thought about that until now.
The spirits are, but the locations, I think the locations more than anything, because
Yeah.
there's structures that go back 1,000 years here where we don't have those structures in America. And I think too, the other thing that because of that, it's almost like they're more talkative.
Yeah, it's
in a
very
way.
weird.
It's like, and you also have so many different layers of history to sift through. So sometimes when we get a voice coming through and they're talking about a murder, we're like, well, gee, there were like 5 of them here. Who are we talking to? You know, where if it's in America, we're in a place that's only existed for like 100
Right.
years. So we have a little less documentation to dig through.
Yeah, I think the history is definitely the biggest difference. You're talking about 4,000 years of history where we can actually walk through monuments and structures that are very holy. And the one thing I will say is spiritualism here is very big. Meaning like, you know, there's more spirit boards. People use spirit boards more than they use devices over here, which is really interesting because in America, it's more about glowy lights and,
blinky
and
lights.
equipment and stuff. Over here, I think there's just a different combination of things that is happening. But I
Yeah.
really love it. I love engaging the cultures and the ancient history and kind of where things came from and the ideas and the empowerment over the generations of kings and queens and the battles. So it's
Yeah.
pretty epic. You
Yeah.
know, the soil is pretty much soaked in some pretty bad tragedy of blood and stuff.
Yeah.
Now we just got demented.
Right.
But we have our share fair of that stuff. in
Yeah,
the
we're
US.
pretty morbid. We're super fun at parties.
Yeah.
So
By the
Lee,
way, did I tell you every second that we're talking right now,
Yeah.
we're actually passing away?
he tells
Did
me
you know
this
that?
all the time, and I tell him all the time I have a fear of death. Stop telling me that, and he keeps telling me that.
But think
And it
about it, time.
haunts my dreams all
Time
the
doesn't
time.
exist though. But every second we're talking, you know, we're all getting older.
Yeah.
But it's great.
Liam
what do you
asks,
think about
moving
that?
on, Liam asks, what was the highlight of filming in the UK, and did things happen over here that haven't happened in investigations before?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think the first location that will air, or one of the locations coming up, shut them out. So having an intelligent response for an hour straight with something from the other side
Yeah.
was mind-blowing.
Incredible.
And having 3 different devices pick up on it and hearing a clear voice come through our Geoport, our audio device,
Yeah.
saying who it was, what year they were from, how they died, and being able to communicate for that long was probably the most incredible thing I've ever experienced.
I think so too. I think that was a location, that experience specifically changed me as
Yeah.
an investigator, because I think a lot of times as investigators we question a lot of our experiences and, okay, is it really this? Could it be this though? And when we had that communication, like Nick said, it lasted over an hour. And I don't know, and it was going with a series of knockings, which I don't think I've had knockings last that long.
No,
which
never.
was insane. And we were in a room that was just, there was us and then a room below us that nobody was in. It was just us there, this little tiny building that used to be a hanging room for American soldiers. And then this just started happening. And every question we asked for over an hour, we got a response. So I think that was a first.
Yeah, it was scary too to try to lay down and rest during our 72-hour
Yeah.
investigation. I remember I was in one of the part of the wings by myself, and I was woken up out of my dead sleep of jail doors slamming shut, walking around, and I went chasing down with my camera, and I have recordings that I left on the ground while I was
Oh,
sleeping.
yeah, that was the first.
That we played back,
Yep.
and it was saying my name. It was screaming at me. It was like crazy energy in there.
Yeah, do you remember Kenton Theater? That's another
Yeah.
first. With our one recorder, he left it going one night, and we had like 12 minutes of audio. I had 40 minutes of audio, which it's a voice-activated recorder, and normally we get maybe tops 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's never been that long before, so that was the first over here.
10 locations we've been to in the last couple of months, and doing this for so long that we've been investigating different locations all over the world, I have to say some of the most incredible experiences I've ever encountered.
Yeah.
Evidence-wise, historical, you know, the history of the locations definitely was a plus. And I don't know, it's opened my mind up to just different possibilities, and that's what it's all about. As a paranormal investigator and researcher, it's learning new things because we don't have all the right answers. And I think that's the most incredible thing about what we do, is trying to understand life and death and what's in between, and time and space. And we're just looking at everything.
Yeah, because it's not just one answer. The paranormal isn't just one thing. It's a whole spectrum.
All right, next question.
Okay.
Kathy, I like this question, by the way. This is a good one. What's been your favorite culinary delight since you visited the UK?
Answer, totally, tea time. Tea time.
When do we have tea time?
I had tea time.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking
I had
about
tea
us.
time like all the time
I
over
was
here.
sleeping on dirt floors. When we have tea time? I don't remember
Tea
this
time's
break.
been my favorite because in between when we do investigations, we'll have like a day off, and
Yeah.
I went and I got tea time, and it was like the most amazing, life-changing experience ever. It's just, I love samples. So in America, we have these stores where you can just like roll around and you'll get samples of everything, and it's like the most brilliant thing ever.
Yeah.
You could like do lunch there, just picking up samples. Like, I don't know what that tastes like, and even though you do, but you still have a sample. And so tea time is basically like a sample person's heaven. They just bring you this like tier thing of samples of like sweets and sandwiches and scones, and you have tea, and it's so classy. I love it.
You know what I loved visiting is Bath.
Bath was my favorite.
Bath was my favorite city to check out when we had a break, when we were traveling in between locations, because how we do it is 72 hours. So we'll go nonstop one whole week, and then we'll have one day to travel 4 hours to the next location. And in between, we'll have kind of like a little bit rest, and we'll kind of look at the towns in between, and then we'll go right back into another location.
Yeah.
It's crazy process.
Yeah.
It's honestly like the worst camping trip you can think of.
It is, yeah. It's
But it's
horrible.
exciting though at the same time. It's like a roller coaster
What's your
ride.
favorite food here?
You know, for the longest time, I stopped eating fish when I was a little kid. And then I went to a restaurant
Yeah.
when we were at Park Hotel,
Oh, yeah. So Lancaster.
Lancaster.
Yeah.
And we have a location, we did a massive location, Park Hotel. And I had a break on our day off. And I went into Lancaster. I toured the castle, which is incredible. And I went to this restaurant. I think it's right there. I don't remember exactly the name of it. I think it's 1877 restaurant or 1788, one of those restaurants. And they discovered this whole like new area that they turned into this this restaurant, and it was so cool to go into. And I had salmon there, and I was blown away. So now I'm just like, I need to find fish all this time.
See, that's how I am with tea
so good.
time. I started Googling where's the closest tea time to my house in the States. And I started asking all my friends to come over for tea, and they're like, what? We don't do that. So now I'm like obsessed with tea time, and it's just, I don't know. I like it. I can't commit to things, so I like having a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, the tough part too is when we're in our investigations for 72 hours, the food that we eat isn't really the best food.
horrible.
It's bad food. It's
We're
like,
gonna-
you know, pub food and it's fried, and we try to stay away from that.
Or
'cause-
granola bars. I cannot eat another granola bar.
Or chips. I mean, come on. I don't want bags of chips. I don't want, like, every time Katrina puts bags of chips out, and I'm like, I hate bags of chips.
don't
I
eat
don't want to
them,
eat
but-
any chips. And then
I'm
I'll
not
end
used
up
to eating
eating chips because there's nothing else. And it's just one of those things that it's a grueling process. But we actually drink, I have protein shakes and stuff like that I drink that keeps me like healthy, and it doesn't make you sluggish or anything.
Yeah.
So through our investigations, we'll eat really good. Well, we'll try to eat good, but we're like starving because you don't eat as much. What's the next
question from Ken. Have you ever had any investigations here that you don't make contact?
Yeah, we've had hours where nothing has happened.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's like watching paint dry.
It
We're
is.
like, what's going on here? And then
Yeah, sometimes paranormal
we'll mess
investigating
around.
is like really boring, but that's part of the reason why we spend so much time at a place, because the longer you're at a place, the more you embed yourself
Right.
in a location, you're upping the probability to encounter paranormal activity.
But to be honest, every location we went to for this season of Paranormal Lockdown, we've had some really cool evidence to walk away from the location. It is a good point that we spent 3 days in these locations, living there, breathing the atmospheres, becoming a part of it, and we get evidence. It's incredible what we walked away from. But we do a lot of research on the locations before we pick them and investigate them. So there's been years of us just researching certain locations that we'll going in, reported to be haunted and stuff. And then we discover new things on our journey. Next question, truth seekers. All right, what's up, truth seekers? They're cool. I talked to them on Twitter one time. They're awesome people, man. Yeah, truth seekers are cool. Do you practice any rituals for protection from negative energy before and after investigations?
Good question.
Katrina?
So it's funny because as I get older and I realize I'm probably not going to live forever, I get more concerned about exactly what we're doing because we really don't know.
Right.
And I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna have a kid that's born with a tail or something like that. Like it'll be like karma for doing this stuff. So So as I get older, I've been more, cautious about what I'm doing. And I think I take more like a energy approach more than a religious approach. So I do more like sage, smudging, that kind of stuff. And I think it's more like mentally what's in your head. So if you are in a good, positive headspace, I think that's key. And for me, I found really, honestly, it's also the company you keep. So getting rid of negativity in your life, if there's negative people, that stuff just attracts the negative right in. So I found, making sure everything in your life, not just you, but your household, the people around you are all in a positive spaces.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I'm a big believer in energy. We produce energy, kinetic energy when we're moving, and the conscious thought, which is in our brain. So when we die as human beings, where does that energy go? Energy can't be destroyed. It can multiply, it can linger. So we come in contact with residual energy that's like a broken record looping at locations where there's been tragedy or chain of events, or a place like this that has so much energy that you can feel it down here. Even during World War II, if you look at old stock photos of this location, all the people from outside would come down here and sleep here.
Yep.
They would be scared for their life. People would be on the subway just like we're on right now. And they would be on these trains going to work. Whatever the emotions they're going through in their day, maybe a lot of that energy is still continuing in our present time. Even though the past is back then, I feel like time doesn't exist and time's still continuing through energy and the conscious thought. So sometimes in atmospheres like this, we'll pick up on those things, and I really believe that energy is like a big factor in paranormal investigating. So for me, when we come in contact with negative energy at really sinister locations, and I've been to a lot of horrible places, like prisons or mental asylums, when you're in a jail cell where a murderer was convicted and executed for horrible things, you feel that energy. And it just doesn't feel right. Or the Hell House that we investigated at Skegness, you could feel the energy immediately when you walked into the house and how negative and dreadful it was. And it lingers on you. And you have to be really cautious not to open yourself up too much, because I feel that negativity will eventually put a dark cloud over your head and kind of rain on you, and you'll have all these bad things happen. It's like a ripple effect of energy that would just try to ruin your life. So what I do is I put salt on the bottom of my shower bed, and then sometimes when I feel like that negativity is lingered, I'll plant my feet in that salt, and I'll just kind of rinse that like dirty, yucky, like negative energy off of me, and just visualize it just moving off and put myself in a positive place. And also, it's not a bad idea to do after a 72-hour investigation, because I'm filthy and I've been sleeping in these clothes for 3 days straight.
Showering is a good idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Advice straight from Nick Groff. Shower.
Yeah. Well, we're living out of our clothes for 3 days straight.
Yeah.
And one of the worst mistakes I did on investigation 2 is leaving my boots on for 3 days. Yeah. That was a horrible decision in my mind. I just didn't want to take them off. We're in a dirty place. I'm going to be running around.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the hot spots on this location. Speaking of, transitioning into this place, because it's amazing. And I know you guys have a ton of questions. Feel free to write on the social media here, write comments, write something on Twitter, Facebook, right here in the comment section. if you have any more. But we will talk about this location now.
Yeah.
You want to talk about like the history here?
Yeah, well, let's go down.
You want to go?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So where do we go, actually?
We can go, let's go this way.
This way?
You're already lost, aren't you?
Do we go this way? We go this way.
See, this is what happens. I let her go, and then she just starts going different ways. You want to go that way?
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna go this way.
I want to go to the spot where during World War II, a lot of the activity was kicking up down here when people were coming here, but also
Right.
Margaret.
Margaret, yeah.
And you know, we had her name come through on our geoport earlier. So I think trying to communicate with Margaret would be a good place to
I
go.
think so too, yeah.
To the
And
other platform.
Yeah, so to the platform two, which actually closed 10 years just after it was built, which is interesting because I think you would think maybe that's not the one that would have the most activity in it. But a lot of people have had experiences there, and you can feel it. We were there earlier. You could absolutely feel the energy. That's also where one of the people that was with us earlier got touched on the leg, and we kept having multiple people's names come through that were with us.
But I want to show you something really quick because honestly, I felt when I first walked down here, and I'll just show you really quick before we go over there. Over here, it was really weird because we walked down here and there was like this weird energy where it felt like pressured and stuff. And suddenly it just felt like uneasy, and all of a sudden we had the voices come through.
Yeah.
Remember? And everyone was having experiences. So this place right here, in this section of where this is, it just has a creepy vibe.
It does, yeah.
I don't even know how to describe it. Yeah, check it out. But if you look back here, we were
actually
having a
right
lot of
back
stuff
through
happen
here.
right in here.
Oh, why does it smell like flowers now? Do you smell that?
You like that? It's my new.
Is that the, I don't think
No,
that's
it's
you.
not me. I don't know. It's weird in here.
I don't, that
Is anybody
definitely
still
didn't
here?
smell like that last time. But do you remember the historian said that?
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
people smell flowers and cigars down here?
This is where we had a lot of stuff happen right here. Can you shut that door? Yeah, it does have that scent.
It
that
smells
weird
like
smell. But they said
floral.
that perfume smells, the
Perfume
historian
smells are
was
down
talking
here.
about perfume smells and cigar smells you'll walk in contact with. It's really weird. Can you shut that door? Let us know you're here. Can you move the train? Imagine if this train started moving. If the subway, everything just
Ghost
started going.
train.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Do you want to say anything to anyone? Let's go grab the audio device.
Okay.
And let's start running audio to
communicate.
see what will come through. All right, so let's go up to the other section. Of,
Okay, to the platform.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get deep into the tunnels. Going this way? I think we go up this way.
Yep.
You can get lost in here. It's very, very easy to get turned around, so definitely stay close together.
Is it this way? I think we want to go
Do we go
this
this
way.
way?
Yeah. See, we're already lost. And again, this is our first time being here,
Yeah.
investigating. And what's cool is so much history above us. They were talking about when they were building this tunnel system, they would have these graves that they would come across where bodies were buried too. So there's been a lot of death and stuff. We just heard a recent story about
Oh, yeah.
a man who came down here and he was cleaning the train, and all of a sudden, what is it?
This kind of felt like something tapped me.
I didn't even touch you.
I know, I looked back and you were really far away from me. It was a real light like that, like just, that's why I
Huh.
thought maybe I bumped into you.
It's weird. Stuff like that, it's been happening all night. But we just heard a story about a guy who was cleaning the train, and all of a sudden he had a full-blown conversation with somebody that when he went upstairs, he said, hey, there's someone down here I was talking to, who shouldn't be down here, and he described them to the T. And the people said, oh, he's been dead. He actually died down here. He got
Yeah.
ran over. Hit his head or something?
He was a worker here who died. He got ran over by a train. And then another worker who wasn't aware of the accident started talking about how he just saw him. And everyone's like, that's not funny. You know, he died, be respectful. And he's like, what are you talking about? And so then they came to the conclusion, oh my gosh, you just had a conversation with a ghost. So
It's crazy.
And we just found out, and that was in the late 80s, so not too long ago.
Yeah, so we were having a lot of stuff happen in
Yeah.
this area right here. And I just think it's interesting because knowing that there was an old theater right above us,
Yeah.
and that this actress would perform up there, and she said she swore she would ever haunt this place because they were going to tear it down.
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting. Now we're getting Margaret come through on our audio device, and it's
Yeah.
2018.
Right, yeah, and
So
we
it's
didn't
just
really
weird.
realize that we didn't put that connection together at first because we were hearing a different name.
Yeah.
So we're going to answer some more of your guys' questions in just a few minutes. We're going to go down the platform and deeper into the tunnels.
Yeah, let me grab the geoport right here.
Okay.
Here, let's put the questions down on the ground.
All right.
So we're done with the questions. Now it's time for the fun investigating. So we have a geoport right here.
Yeah.
This device is absolutely amazing. We've been using it throughout the years on different investigations. And you'll see this all through season of Paranormal Lockdown in the UK, 10 episodes.
Yep.
And we've been discovering that there's some really intelligent, interesting voices that we're actually collecting on this device. And it's really weird how it works. It works with EMF, electromagnetic field, also vibrational wave, radio frequencies, and it has a way of manipulating the words coming through, that it's scanning through a program of phonetic words. And then what we learned is spirits have the opportunity to take those phonetic words and use them to talk to us. And it's really weird. We're getting
It's
intelligent responses.
Very
So like
intelligent.
earlier, we had Margaret come through.
Right.
And it was saying our name and also the lady, the journalist who was here.
And the photographer.
Yeah, and it kept talking to the photographer who was taking
and
pictures.
And the historian. It
And
was
the
mentioning
historian.
him. So there's a lot of people who had their names being called. Something about someone's head. We couldn't quite figure it out, but it kept mentioning head.
Injured, accident.
Right. So, I mean, we could probably deduce that maybe somebody got hurt down here, and that's what we're hearing. Obviously, it's a subway system. We know people used to get hurt in them. So I
You
say
ready?
we turn this bad boy on and
Let's
see what
go.
comes through.
All right, so. Margaret, are you still here? Do you know who I am? You said my name earlier. Can you say it again? Who is it?
It's Nick and Katrina.
You want to go in here?
Yeah.
I love this spot. This is really cool. You all right? Dust, huh?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, just have asthma. Picks up sometimes. Is this a good spot for you to talk to us?
Whoa, did you hear that?
Yeah,
It was like a loud slamming.
that was scary.
That was really loud.
It actually sounded like the cave was going to come down.
You guys could hear that, right? That was really loud. It's like something went boom.
Something moving back there?
I don't know. Can't see.
Or here, like I thought I heard movement back there.
Is there someone here with us? It said yes.
Who's here?
Kat, don't go in there, Kat.
I'm not going to go in.
Yeah, it's dangerous. Stay out here. Margaret. Margaret just. Can we speak to Margaret, please?
I used to something.
Margaret. Mother? Is Margaret your mother?
Mother or
Doesn't make
Margo?
sense. I heard mom.
Is it a pet name?
What is it you can tell about Margaret? Was she an actress? Did she perform up in the theater? I heard she fought to try to keep the theater open before they tore it down. Yeah.
Yeah. Nick.
Did you just say my name? Can you confirm with me and say my name again so I know I'm talking to you? really weird.
Yeah.
It's a different energy down here than when we were here earlier.
But Margaret came through again.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to tell us? Yeah? Okay, what is it?
Wait, something.
Can you tell us what year it is? What year is it? Seven? That's what I was saying earlier,
Yep.
78?
78, I
Yeah.
was saying.
Are you talking about 1978? What happened here in 1978? What?
She's coming through.
Can you let the lady speak?
What is it about 1978?
It's a weird feeling here now.
Yeah. She was coming through super. That was intelligent. I could get
Can you follow us and appear in front of us? Can we see you? Can we see you in the darkness?
Yes.
Sound like a train goes.
Oh, it's-
Are you one of the people that used to work down here? It's really creepy down here right now.
Is this Margaret?
Did you die down here? Can you help us out? Can you... Saying a bunch of names. Can you tell us... Can you tell us what happens when you die? What do you see?
Body. Something body.
Do you see your body? It's creepy. Is there a lady still here? It's weird, right? Doesn't it almost feel like we're being watched right now?
Mm-hmm.
From
No,
back
it's
there?
a weird energy back here. Who else is? Did it say Margaret again?
Yeah, I said
Yeah,
Margaret.
Margaret. Hi, Margaret.
You like the show? That's what.
Is that what it said?
Yeah.
Are you putting on a show? It keeps coming through with that word.
Is it hard for you to communicate to us? That woman is whispering right now.
Intelligent
We'll have to,
sentences.
you'll have to definitely, if you hear what we're hearing right now, sometimes in the moment, like we're discovering these words and these sentences coming through, if you hear something different, make sure to write in the comments so we can look back on this audio evidence to see if we're discovering something else on review. So with your help, we can try to decipher some of these words. It said help, so what help do you need? Are you happy here? Do you like it down here? Would you like to say anything to anyone so the world can hear you? We'll be your voice for you. You can talk to us and we'll be able to spread it.
We're talking. Margaret, what show are you going to put on?
What was that noise?
What'd you hear?
Just this like electrical sound.
Let's go check it out.
It was like zzz. It was really strange. It's like it came from right here somewhere. All I heard was zzz, something got charged or something.
My ear is like killing me since we've stepped foot in this space.
Is it just from the pressure?
Are you having something happen?
I had pressure like more on my chest right when we walked down here to the first train at the front of the
No, I was okay
platform.
over there. I didn't have an ear thing going on.
Yeah, you could be affected by whatever's here. Let's walk back up this way.
Margaret, can you do something in this space so we know you're here? Can you move something? Throw something that's on the ground? Move it like that? Just got super dizzy right there.
You got dizzy?
Yeah, actually really dizzy.
Are you affecting Katrina?
Not again.
Are you affecting Katrina right now? I'm gonna keep walking. You tell me when to stop. When I get to the spot you're in, tell me when to stop, okay? Where are you? Can you tell me when to stop? 85.
So about 1985, or is that how old you are?
Where are you? Can you tell us when to stop?
Your decision.
Your decision. That woman was so...
That was actually really loud.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was on a different frequency.
Your decision.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right here. That was awesome.
That was really loud, yeah.
Thank you for talking to us. We don't have all the history. We don't know who we're talking to at the end of the day, but we know you can hear us.
She's stuck in my throat. Margaret, is this you that we're talking to? If it's not Margaret, can you tell me who you are?
This is awesome. Yeah. It's cool. Really, really cool communication.
Yeah.
Thank you, Margaret. Thank you for talking to us. Is there anything else you want to tell us? Or the man? Let's walk back over here to this spot. It's really strange, right?
Yeah. Really, really loud communication.
Right.
Do you have anything else you need to say? Watch something.
Is the man still here who we were talking to? You were saying everybody by name. Would you like to tell us anything? Did you hurt your head in an accident down here? Accident. Right there, it said an accident. I'm sorry, is everything okay with you? Accident again. Do you know how to leave? Exit. Well, if you need help, you can leave the tunnel system. You can try to get help by leaving. Can you try to show yourself? Now that we made audio communication with you, can you try to show yourself? Can you walk out from the darkness back there? It's weird back here. Almost looks like a shadow right there. Now that we just had accident and we had this individual speaking to us, and also Margaret was coming through.
Yep, Margaret came through a couple times.
You know what I think we should do now? So I think what we're gonna do now is we're gonna leave 4 cameras static, positioned throughout these tunnels. And if you see anything when we leave right now, because we have to get out of here, and our investigation is kind of coming to a wrap right now, but if you see anything on the camera, then write in on the comments right here on the Facebook page under the comment box. And if you see anything else, make sure to go on Twitter, Facebook, just let everyone know, because this is just a glimpse of what we experienced so far during our investigation. And typically we'll be here for 72 hours investigating in this gritty location. So we have to get out of here.
We do.
You ready to go?
I am. So guys, thanks so much for joining us. And don't forget that Paranormal Lockdown UK premieres August 30th at 9 p.m. and it's only on Quest Red.
All right, let's go. Let's go this way through the tunnels. I heard the voice come through as an accident.
Yeah.
I think there was something back here when we were talking, like a shadow over here. Let's go check it out.
It was like right in this area.
I know. I wanted to check this out.